GM. Welcome, gang, to what's going to be another great DevNTell. So, if you didn't know, DevNTell is a 30-minute window for builders to showcase something they're passionate about or have been building in Web3. It's going to be an awesome project we're working on, unit testing best practices, automation goodies, how to structure a project, etc. Basically, if you've got a passion for something, this is your opportunity to share with the community here. And this week, we have the pleasure of having Meowy and Alejandro on from the Consensys Rapid Application Development team. They're going to be showing us a Web3 Starter CLI that's going to help you really get started with your next Web3 hack really quickly. So you'll have an opportunity to see what it is, how it works, and how you can start using it, as well as having a chance to ask your questions to the team if you have any. Before we get going, let's hear a little word from sponsors of this show. Today's episode of DevNTell is brought to you by our friends at GasHawk. GasHawk makes on-chain interactions more efficient, safe, and secure by providing a service that saves both retail and institutions up to 95% on transaction costs. Users can simply set a time preference for their transactions, and GasHawk will hunt for the best possible execution in that time frame. Why waste time watching gas fees fluctuate to get the best deal when you can just use GasHawk to automatically get you the best fee? GasHawk intelligently submits your transactions into the best possible block over the course of your time frame, helping you save up to 95% on transaction costs. If only I had used GasHawk in the last handful of months, I could have saved myself $800 in gas fees alone. You can get started with just a click of a button to add GasHawk to your favorite wallet. Start saving some extra dough on gas fees today by checking out GasHawk for free using the link in the description below. Now, let's get to our episode. Hey, GM, everybody. Welcome, Meow and Alejandro,
No.
back on the show. Pleasure to have you on.
Hello,
Thank you for
hello.
having us.
My pleasure.
Yeah, thank you.
My pleasure. Gang, if you recall, Meow and Alejandro were on the show, I want to say maybe 4 or 5 months ago, demonstrating another project they were doing called Polis. But if you didn't watch that show, Meowy, Alejandro, would you want to give a brief introduction about yourselves, just in case folks didn't watch that one?
Yeah, I can definitely go first. Hi there, I'm Meowy or Sushmita, that's just my name. But apart from that, I'm currently working at Rapid Application Development Contracted Team at Consensys, along with Alejandro. We build use cases of all of the product together, also create contents and see what's the best way to iterate all of that and how quickly the builder's experience how we can make it better and nicer. So that's what we mostly do. And yeah, I was also a developer now, active member. So
OG member.
okay. So yeah, it's been an amazing journey. So I'm so happy to be back here. Now I'll hand over to Alejandro.
Okay, well, I'm Alejandro. As Sushmita said, we both work as contractors for the rapid development team at Consensys. And yeah, basically, uh, we've been creating these templates and stuff. Sushmita already talked about it. So uh, in my case, I like full stack development. That's what I do, and I'm really passionate about creating and Web3 and look for things that helps the community uh, to come into the space. So yes, that's what I've been doing. In so good.
Excellent. And it's a pleasure to have you both back on. Really excited to see what you have in store for us. Meowy has been telling me a little bit about the tool both of you are going to demonstrate today. I guess in the interest of time, do we want to get right into the content?
Oh yeah, definitely. Before we dive into the content and the demo, I just want to mention that I know that we have a lot of Web3 hackathons, And still now, still in 2024, beginners really struggle to get started with really starter kits. There are many boilerplates, templates in Web3, but a lot of them might not be beginner friendly. And it might be really hard to clean it up just to make two things to work. So, and we took this by heart. We are like, okay, how about we can make it simpler? So we come up with really simple template. Currently, we have few templates working. We want to add more so that there can be variety of choices in the future. And just to make things really simply work and to give them an environment for the hackers or builders to get started with. Well, without further ado, let's get back to maybe let me share it, the demo. Let me find my window. Okay, I'm here. Okay, so to run this, to get it working, we have to run this command, like create a Web3 template, and it will prompt us few questions in a bit. I guess my internet is a little bit stuck. Okay, it has to give me my it's asking my project name. I'll just go with DevNTell demo. And yeah, currently we have two options, Next.js Web3 Starter and React. So I'll go with Next. And yes, we want it with hard hat, definitely. We would also love to include Foundry soon. But yeah, currently we have hard hat. Now it will initialize and it's already created. So now let me see. DevNTell demo, and it's right here. Okay, I will share my screen to get to that, to how the file structure looks like and what it will give us right away, so that we can take a look into that. Let me get to that. Stop sharing. Share screen. Oh yes. There we are. So when we first run the command, we get these few packages. That is like the node module. That's we after we run npm install. But inside the packages, we will have main two folders. One is the blockchain and the site. So blockchain is mostly the hard hat that we picked when we are giving the choices. And on the site, we have the front end part, that is the Next.js that we have. And we already provided WAGMI VM integration with the basic connect wallet button and a basic hard hat integration. So let me just open the terminal over here so we don't have to go change the screen. Run npm run dev. Oh, sorry, I have to go to packages. And I have to go to the front end folder and then run the command. Otherwise, it wouldn't. Now let's go ahead and see what it gives us. Oh, I might need to reshare. Sorry, let me share the localhost part quickly.
As while you're resharing, just to recap, so this CLI tool, the command that you just ran, it spun us up a React and Next.js app that had all of the basic components you need to get started with Web3 development.
Yeah, that's right.
And this is what comes out of the box.
Yeah, this is totally comes out of the box. It doesn't have a really extra thing to get, like normally when we get templates and stuff, we have to clean this up to make it how it looks like, just to make our connect wallet part working. And sometimes things starts breaking with it when we are starting to build for the very first time. So we wanted to give us really simple solutions for the first time, and then also more options. Like if people want to get started with a simpler way, they can do that. And if they want more things to come out of the box, we will also add that, like those options. Currently, we also have this Connect wallet. Hang on. It's probably my. Okay, I do have. It's not prompting, but it should work.
You can reload the site; it'll work.
Okay, yeah, it happens from time to time. Okay,
Or
it's already connected. Yeah, so it's already with WAGMI, Veeam, MetaMask SDK. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ale. Integration already there, and also Linea integrated. Like all of these are really customizable, and to get started over that. And also we have a really basic what is it called, doc side, but we plan to make it much better, which is the create web dash web3.dev, which we can
yeah.
share. Um, but I'm not gonna share its screen because it's embarrassing currently the doc side.
Okay. I
But
think
yeah,
this is still a work in progress, but yeah,
oh,
the
I can.
idea is uh to make easier to dev to come and start building something, probably at hackathons, probably for a personal project, and probably in the future for big projects too. So the idea is to uh yeah, make it easier for them to start building in Web3. Right now, we're using Hardhat, as Sushmita said, but we also want to add Foundry. Right now, we're using VM, but we are going to add the option to use Ethers too if they want to use Ether. So, yes, basically that.
Excellent. Yeah, I love to see this kind of thing coming out here. Just being a previous hackathon participant myself, I remember the first time I spent probably half the day to the day just setting up like the very the very basic things to just get started. And I'm sure many other developers, especially the first time Web2 developers entering a Web3 hackathon, they've gone through this. So just how much research and feedback did you and your team kind of take in to build such a tool? I'm sure it was feedback from many different hackathons. Consensys has hosted or has been part of, but yeah, just interested to see like the research that kind of went into this.
Well,
We have Eric. Oh, let me just take it, then Alejandro can go ahead. We have Eric, who is also the manager, and also the develop over here, and at Consensys, Eric Bishad. So he always brings us really incredible feedbacks, what the hackers need, and who are struggling, how the beginners are feeling about new tools and boilerplates. So we always get some feedback from him, like how people are using this tech and how are they hacking within this. And one of his feedback was that like newcomers found it really hard to get started with all the existing boilerplates, because they try to make some things work, customize it, but sometimes they don't understand how everything works. So some things can break down the line. So this was really multiple hackathon feedbacks and all of it together. But I'll let Alec take over for more.
yeah, basically that's correct. But also we've been doing a lot of dabs lately. I mean, so we've been like, okay, we've been doing this button like 10 times. How can we improve this? You know? So yeah, it's a way to make it faster also for us, which I mean we've been creating connect wallet buttons like a lot. So this is a way to
Bunch of
improve that.
times. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
we are
I could
rapid
imagine.
we are we are rapid application development team. So we start developing application. We are all full stack, like really rapidly. And every time we set up something, we have to get started with, okay, let's do a connect wallet button first. Let's do this. Even though we can take things from a previous one, but sometimes things get upgraded, and then we have to change the whole process. For example, when we first joined, we didn't have Next.js app router
Mm,
integrated with our, we had like Page or something, but then we had to change the whole process. Many things moves and changes, so we wanted to make it in a way that, okay, we don't have to just change everything one by one and go back and update everything again and again. So this was
right.
also one of the reasons.
Yeah. Yeah. We as developers are lazy. We don't want to do the same thing over and over again. So anything that can like speed run the process is excellent. Uh,
Yeah.
we have a question from the crowd here. We can entertain. Potato of Doom asks, "This is great for the front end, but what about backend setup or some sort of last deployment? Are those integrated or planned?" So basically, like, any plans, or what are the plans for extending this tool? Is backend part of the plan?
Well, in this case, I would say this specific case, like login as a service, I think we are trying to start adding like the main functions for a new project to work. We have a backend part with the smart contracts if you want to deploy smart contracts using Hardhat, and we have the front end part. By now, those are the two packages we're going to have. We are going to improve from there, but probably if we find something or an example that we want to build, we can add it as a template to the CLI, and that way we can add a login service. We're also planning to add a CK uh, DApp using zero knowledge proofs, deploy it to Linea and stuff like that. But yeah, this is still in progress, but will be coming like pretty soon.
Yeah,
Excellent.
that's the thing. Like, we need more feedback. Like, we want to
Hmm.
hear from the community that what do we need. Like, we can think of the problem. What are the problems that needs to be solved? For example, like just like Ale mentioned, the ZK Proof app. One of our teammate is working with ZK Proof with Socrates, Linea, and all of this, proofing into a like a form-based application and a feedback form based application. And we can think of that, okay, we can get another template or starter kit for the ZK Proof enthusiasts. So these are the things that we might need. Like, if you have more ideas, those things are needed, we would love to add them. And for the backend, currently we have Hardhat. Soon we will add Foundry and anything else that we get feedback from. So yeah.
I saw no
Awesome.
ethers, please, there. So
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah. People are tired of ethers.
Okay. Okay.
uh, I guess what what type of feedback are you looking for specifically? Yeah, maybe you can get into that, and then how can people give you that feedback?
Okay. I think one of the feedback that we got from ourselves is that, okay, we are doing this, setting these things up over and over again, so we can just simplify this process. And others' feedback could be that what newcomers are facing problems to get started with, or what are the finding difficult, which we can try to simplify it. And we could also get some more feedback on something like there's no, like, let's say that there are many NFT ticketing marketplace or something, there are many templates over that, but there isn't much template on DeFi applications or something else. If we get those feedback, we can understand that, okay, this is something, this is a problem that we can try to solve using this CLI, and we can iterate over that. So something like that.
Gotcha. And if people do start using the CLI tool today, and they do have feedback for you and the team, how can they leave that? Should they leave a issue, or yeah, I guess what's the process for that?
They can actually leave an issue. They can actually reach out through Twitter, uh, yeah, Lens, Warpcast. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
and even on linear Discord, like anywhere they can tweet us, they can leave some
yeah,
issues or on linear Discord, or even, I mean, that is something we can go check over that, or someone left something, or they can just even tell you about the issue now and you can
Mhm.
give it to us.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Would be a pleasure.
I'm
Yeah.
kidding, but you don't need to do that that much
I'd be
homework.
happy to. I'd be happy to forward it to you if it comes my way. um,
Awesome.
but yeah, that's excellent. Uh, Constantine mentions that you can just ask all the hackathon participants what they need, which I'm sure you've
We did.
probably done. We did.
Yeah.
And Potato Doom wants some Web2 integrations as well. Perhaps adding some cloud solutions in there as well as a suggestion.
We would consider that, noting it down.
Excellent. I guess has anybody used the CLI tool for a hackathon or for their own personal project yet, or did it just like come out and too early to say?
Well, to be honest, this is the first time we are talking about it publicly. Even though it's been published
Ooh,
and all of this, we really haven't talked about it anywhere. So,
Yeah,
oh,
DevNTell is
it's
the first way to go.
it is
DevNTell.
public, but this is like the official release.
That's awesome. I love that. Folks, you just got some alpha released on DevNTell. So I mean, like, what else could you want for to end your week today? That's awesome to hear. So I guess what would be something you would want the folks here at Developer DAO to do? You want them? Would you want them to take the package for a spin over the weekend or use it in their next hack? I guess how can people get started if they are interested?
Well, I mean, they can take the package and get started over that. And whatever feedback we can get is always just valuable, even if it's just something simple. So we just want some feedback, and that's where we can get improve it further and develop it more.
And what if folks have, or sorry, what if folks want to get a head start and add some of those integrations that they've mentioned? Is the repo for the project open source? Can they contribute to it, or is it closed source for now?
It's
It
open
is
source
open source.
completely. Yeah.
Yeah. Ali, do you have the our repo link to share? Because
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have
yeah, yeah.
to log into Okta right now. So yeah,
Let me get it.
yeah.
Would you say there are open issues now, or um, it's kind of like open season for folks to create their own issues?
Well, we are open to feedbacks and issues.
Yeah,
And if someone wants to contribute, they're more than welcome to do so. And if someone can make it much better than us, of course, we would welcome that. So,
awesome. Love to hear it. And yeah, folks, we will have the GitHub link for you added on the description of the video right after. So don't worry about that. But I guess that is a wonderful way to kind of like end things off here. It was wonderful to have both of you on, Sushmita and Alejandro. I'd really love to see tools like this come out, especially for new folks, onboarding new folks into the space. Breaking down those barriers as most we can is quite critical to onboarding the next wave of devs. So really wonderful to see this out there. And thank you so much for choosing DevNTell as the first platform to showcase this. That's pretty awesome. And yeah, really looking forward to seeing the folks at Developer DAO and future hackathon participants start to use this and yeah, seeing what they build.
sounds good. I'll log into my GitHub and share the link with you right after the call so that you can add it to description.
Of course, sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
And folks, just before you leave today, I want to share with you the QR code. Sorry for blocking your head there, Alejandro. The QR code for you to scan to claim your NFT for being an attendee here on DevNTell. So what you want to do is scan this QR code, fill out the form, and you'll be airdropped a NFT for being an attendee on DevNTell today within the next couple of days. And you will have an hour and a half from now to do that. So definitely get on that. And just want to wish everybody a very happy Friday, happy weekend, happy hacking with this Web3 Starter CLI tool, if that's in your plans for this weekend. And yeah, we'll catch you back here next week for another great DevNTell. All right, all.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.